The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
12, 12. 11, 11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Robert Kimdichie in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
11, 11. 6, 6. Say hunt. Go ahead.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. He was looking for Matthews that time. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Gone.
To throw on 2nd down, Murray. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 44 yards, and the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play, and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
13.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Here's this out for Matthews. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. What do you need?
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey. 6. 11. Say hunt.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
13. 11.
Garoppolo now. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
12, fellas, here we go. 6.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Von Miller in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Watch him now, Barney. Now let's go. Blue 90. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down. Murray. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
White. Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
11.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. His first reception of the divisional round. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cards will take over first and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
On first and 10, Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there, 63 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. First down, Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's 3. There's offense making its way back out there. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go. By 20. 11.
Garoppolo on first down. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
11.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
11.
On first down, Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Gone! Good job, D, good job. Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. 54's Mike. No. Check. Patriot. Heavy on the edges. All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit.
To throw on 2nd down, Murray. Oh, nearly picked. Yeah, maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Gone! Watch him now, Barney!
Here's Murray. And he finds his man. That's Butler. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th.
13.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. To throw is Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Matthews, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray, throw left side, caught by Butler. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. Throwing on 1st down. Murray trying to lay one up deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, right at the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
11. We got 3, 12.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Hassan Reddick in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
13.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show him that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
McKinnon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Hurry up. 13. 11.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He's got a man, complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
6.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it'll be intercepted. Budda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Coleman. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. This is Coleman. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a 2nd quarter onside kick. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Dumping it off for Johnson. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, Murray. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
On 1st down, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Charles Clay, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. So sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
11. 11. 3 down. 3 down. Here we go. Here we go.
Play action. Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over.
Operating from the gun. Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Butler. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing on 1st down. Murray. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Check. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Wide.
From the gun, Murray. Forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. His tight end Clay, the intended receiver. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And his throw here is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Now here's Johnson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Johnson. Unable to corral him. He fights through. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
No, check, Patriot! Patriot! Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Gun! Detroit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Off play action. Murray. Left side here. Caught by Clay. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Murray now looking deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Murray. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, Murray. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cards continue to pour it on.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brooks Reed able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. 4th down with Garoppolo. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Murray got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I...
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. They'll run it now out of the gun. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 57's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Murray. Touchdown, Arizona. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. First down, Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
11.
Garoppolo looks to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's McKinnon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
12.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Von Miller in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Mostert now to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Go ahead. We got three, fellas. We got three.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know the drill.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Mostert now to return. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Niners on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. They will run again with Coleman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey